Hello everybody, welcome back to another Daily Halachah Spotlight brought to you by OTN. This is episode 14 and we have another listener submitted question. This one is from Eliyahu, who lives in Manchester, New Jersey. And he had a couple of peeled and cut onions that he had in his fridge overnight. And he was aware of this idea that maybe onions that are left overnight, you're not supposed to eat them. And he wanted to know what Reb David would have said. So let's jump in. It turns out that he is correct. Right? The Gemara Anida says that if a person left over garlic or onions or eggs that were peeled overnight, there might be some kind of rachra. It could be dangerous for a person to eat them. Ramosha and Tshuva discusses this Gemara, and he notes that the Shulchan Aruch, Rama, and the Paiskim don't seem to bring it down. However, there is Makom Lahachmir, and he does go ahead and address the question there. He's discussing companies that take eggs and they freeze them and they sell them to bakeries. Certainly those eggs are packaged being left overnight. And Ramosha has a heter there that even if you're machmir for the Gemara, it won't apply to packaged eggs. An interesting heter, you can take a look there. But what's negayah to us is that whenever I spoke to Reb David practically about this question, he always machted avek. He said, nah, the minig olam is not to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. So Ladina, Reb David held, we don't really follow this Gemara. We follow the simple Shulchan Aruch, Ramah, the Paiskim, and they don't seem to bring it. However, it's hard to ignore the fact that Ramosha and the Tshuva does seem to be reckoning with it. And therefore, if it's only one or two onions, Lani as daiti, it would probably be a good idea to machmir. But of course, Mikra Adin, like Reb David said, Mikra Adin were not chayshish, and therefore, certainly if it's a lot of onions, and even one or two, Mikra Adin, Reb David would likely say that it's not a problem, and therefore you could go ahead and eat them. One interesting question, what is the definition of peeled? So somebody asked Ramosha, what if the top of the onion is cut off? So yeah, it's a little bit peeled. Is that called peeled? What's the geder? So Ramosha explained the geder is you have to ask the Hamaynam. Do people consider this onion peeled? If they do, then it's peeled. If it's only a little tiny bit cut off that people don't really call peeled, then it's not peeled. And therefore, even if you're machmir on this question, if it's only a little bit of the top cut off, you would be able to be lenient. Okay, if you have another question that you would like to be featured on the Daily Halachah Spotlight, please send it in. All the best, everybody. Take care.